Don Huffmeister again. I'm picking up where I left off on the last video. There are a few more things that I wanted to say about the scheduling. By the time you get to the 7th and 8th grade, well, you know it's probably going to meet every other day, or it may even meet all 5 days, in which case you're going to have enough instruction time in the classroom as a group. So you'll more than likely be able to meet the lessons at any time that you can catch them during the day, during your teaching day. And so I think the 7th and 8th grade usually works out pretty well. Except, of course, in some intermediate schools or middle schools, it depends on what they want to call them. Once in a while, a district has been successful in setting up, because they draw so many kids from elementary schools, that they can set up so an instructor really has 4 or 5 bands during the day. They just run them one right after another. Well, under those circumstances, we know full well that that instructor is not going to have very much time for individual or like instrument instruction. That's going to make a difference in what happens in the high school. We're going to find it more and more difficult to find bands that could play, you know, one of the old warhorse marches like Them Basses, Glory of the Trumpets, or Colonel Bowie. It's not going to happen that way, because it takes a good deal more instruction than that in order to pull that off with students. In other words, they're not going to get that far along. Going back to the elementary school, when I'm suggesting having the band meet twice a week, I think that's important, and it's important to look at the calendar when the year starts. So you might find that it's better to schedule that band, the elementary band, on Monday and Wednesday and leave Thursday and Friday alone. The reason for it is you know that there will be a teacher convention in there. That'll knock one out. Rehearsal during that fall time. And also Thanksgiving will come in there. Plus, we all know there's school pictures, there are all kinds of things that come up that interrupt that schedule and can interrupt the band time too. So I recommend looking at those things so that you lessen that impact on your program. So, at any rate, let's see if there are any other things that I can think of offhand. I don't think so. They'll probably come to me later and I'll think, well, I wish I said that. Well, I'll try to sneak that in on some future video. Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and I hope this is of some help to you, because as I go out in the schools and I notice what's going on with the cuts and so on, it's very difficult to get a program going, maintain it, and have the kids really accomplish something. And without those kids doing that and becoming musicians, I don't know exactly where our listening audience is even going to come from. I think we've severely hurt it. So, thanks again, Don Huffmeister.